We got a new player next week, as I think you guys saw. I added in the Discord. Uh, I think he's gonna be a great fit. He's got a cool ass character. Um, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to bring him in. I didn't bring him in this week because we're in the middle of like a spirit quest. It seems like kind of a weird time to add a new individual. Let's Come on, audio. Sorry, just half a second. Sorry. Ooh, right. What were you doing? What's going on? Remember, there was darkness. There was a war. There was there were these people you met along the way, and it was probably just a bad dream. Liasatra, you wake up in your bed. You look around at your very large king-size bed in a beautifully appointed room. Even amongst the aristocracy of Avalier, this is a very fine room, one only presented to somebody who probably is in the higher echelons of society as if, right, your mother. Mother's the ruling council of the city, and your dad's a prestigious scholar and teacher at the Arcane University. Um, how do you start your day? What do you do?
Do I do I like know everything that's happened? Like Avalier fell and
Make an insight check.
I get a 13.
A 13. Maybe it was real. It felt very real when you were dreaming just now. There was a horrible nightmare of chains and darkness and evil and could have been real. But this feels pretty real, so maybe it was just a dream.
Got it, got it. Okay. So I'll first of all just kind of take a moment to like savor the moment of being in a luscious, like large bed that's all to myself and
Silk pajamas,
yeah,
fine
yeah,
sheets, very magically temperature controlled.
the finer things in life. Absolutely. And gonna take a moment to appreciate that. And then she'll jump out of bed and not even get dressed. She'll go look for her parents because I mean maybe it's like a little childish, but like you have a bad nightmare and you go to your parents for help um, and they also like died brutally in this nightmare. And so she's kind of like looking for some reassurance, I think. And yeah, so she'll go try to find them.
Yeah, you storm downstairs, not even dressed for the day, in your pajamas, and it's just as you remember it. Almost excessively wide staircase. It's certainly an Avalier place, but there is the elvish designs your father insisted upon in the architecture of the house, which has told you hundreds of times over dinner. You know, you run downstairs and you see your mother, Valexina Willowmite, is uh, she is she's in the kitchen. She has um, a little device which is essentially like an arcane reader device. It functions as like partly a newspaper and also like a what do I have a to-do list that kind of updates live, and she's sort of looking through it, preparing for her day in politics. Your dad, Kenro Willowmite, sits at the table with a hot morning brew, a little fruit on his plate, and is similarly reading the news. And your father turns to you and smiles and says, good morning, Leah. You're not quite dressed for the day, are you?
She will wait for him to finish his sentence. She'll just go in for a big hug and then dash over to her mom and give her a big hug as well.
Yeah, your dad hugs you a little surprised, and you run over to your mom and hug her. You kind of probably hug her from behind. Not that she didn't notice you, but she was just like in the middle of reading. It's that kind of like about to say, and then you kind of hug her from behind. She goes, "Oh, Leah," and she kind of gets around to hug you, and you can tell she's giving looks to your dad about like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Is everything okay, my dear?"
Well, I mean, it is now. I just had the worst dream, and I'm just grateful to wake up and see you two. That's all.
Oh, sweetheart, everything's okay. It's just a dream. You have the whole day ahead of you. You have your whole life ahead of you. You also have your birthday coming up. Remember our deal?
Yes, I can never forget.
Good girl. Well, we'll go get changed, get some breakfast. I'm sure your friend's gonna be wanting to see you. Your dad kind of shoots your mother a glance of like, she's young, let her continue with this fallacy that they're just friends. And your mother doesn't poke you about it as usual. She can tell you were upset from your dream. She goes, well, go on, go get dressed.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of minutes before we head out.
She'll head upstairs and get dressed and kind of lighter in her footsteps.
Yeah, you go to your room, you open your closet, and oh, it's your walk-in closet. Look at all the clothes you have. Oh, it's so nice. You got shoes and clothes and the jewelry. You forgot about your jewelry. It's so nice. Why does it feel like you haven't been here in forever? Or it feels like a lifetime ago since you woke up in your room, which you did last night. Whatever. You get dressed, pick up something nice. Your dad says he's got I have this very important talk at the. Well, actually, there's a very important seminar going on at the university today. There's this one of the members of the university believes that they have discovered a new way to produce magic. They believe that they've actually tapped into divine magical spells via arcane ley lines. It's very exciting progress for magic. And the mother says, "Well, don't bore Leah. She has her just 3 whole days of not having to worry about the university. So go on." And you'll hear the knock at the door and go to the door, and you'll see Leoakim, who looks at you with the bright, joyous smile as he sees you come to the door. A look that always kind of made you feel good. It's always good when someone looks at you like that. He goes, "Leah, it's good to see you. You ready? Ready to go out?"
Oh, Leopian, it's so good to see you. And she'll jump in his arms and give him a big hug as well. Again, recalling this awful dream that she had. I can't wait to spend the day with you.
He chuckles, with the happy chuckle of someone who's all too happy to receive such an affection. And he goes, "Yeah, me too. Always happy to spend time with you. Yeah, let's go. I mean, we got the troop. They're probably wanting to know what you're up to next. And we'll see what the day leads us. And you can begin to move about. Gambatar, Zevrael, and Hecator, you see all this. Um, you have been. You were standing in her room when she woke up this morning. And try though you might have waved your hand in her face or even physically attempted to interact with her, it's like you're ghosts. Um, and you see Leah kind of seduced into uh, this memory of hers. And you kind of watch her wake up and greet her parents and reliving what you believe to be probably a memory more than just any old story. It seems too familiar to Leah. You three have just had probably very profound journeys of discovery, and now you find yourself here strangely. What are the three of you making up of all of this? Is there anything you'd say to each other, anything you do?
Can we speak to each other?
Mm-hmm. You three can all see each other and interact with each other.
Is this Avalier?
I have no idea. I've never
That's-
been.
I think
saw
I think Hecator will drop his fighting stance and look around. Go. Hey, this is.
I don't
I've
think
seen
we can
this.
quite hear you, Gambatar. Your mic's, I think, above your head, maybe? Sorry if you're saying something.
Say something?
Casting 1, 2.
Very quiet. I don't know why.
Very quiet, but otherwise, audible. Sorry, I just wanted to note that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Hecator. I apologize.
All good.
Please continue.
This is Avalier.
Didn't it fall down?
You all said it did.
It did. Hey.
Wow. I never saw it, so I didn't see it fall either.
It fell. I saw it fall. Felt it.
Brian, what's it like for me seeing Avalier for the first time? You know?
I want you to make me. Let's have that intelligence save that we were doing when your memory was going down. So give me an intelligence.
Ooh!
See how much context we have to that.
An 11.
An 11. You don't have any memories of Avalier, specifically. You appreciate this place as one might appreciate any great golden age in history, right? You look around and see the beautiful architecture, the luxury that Leah enjoys. You see the ease of familial, pleasantry. You see mother getting ready for work. You see the father getting ready to go to school to teach. Luxuries that you think are going to be very far and few between in the not too distant future. You probably look upon this place without a tremendous memory of context, but probably certainly the understanding that times like these are passing by. So I won't tell you how you feel, but contextually, I'd say that's where you are. You can decide how that makes you feel.
Well, we know we're in a dream head thing.
You all very clearly recall all of the events that have led up until now. Your memories are not scrambled.
Okay.
You're
Awesome.
very certain of where you've been and where you are. You know you're in some kind of vision, dream, memory, something.
Okay. Well, we all dealt with our own dark sides and light sides. I can only assume this is Lia's.
You think this is a prison?
Maybe she's stuck in the past. I mean, I would be too if I used to live in a place like this. Well, if it's to be believed, I lived in a little better of a place, just a little bit higher. But I'm thinking that just like we had to paint the picture, repaint the prison into what we wanted. Maybe there's something hidden here that we need to find in order to break her out of it.
Maybe. I think with that, Hecator might move around the room and try to just interact with stuff. See if anything.
Investigation check. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Natural 19 for 21.
21. Yeah, there's going to be some interesting things. You are going to absolutely notice there's some interesting things. Well, first and foremost, like, the place is beautiful, right? A luxury you have never remotely experienced in your life, Hecator. Not even close. Like, truly beyond your wildest dreams. And this is just her room. You, like, leave her room and see, like, the winding sort of, like, almost circular, almost like a laid tree into beautiful marbled steps down to a wide open concept, like, living area attached to a kitchen that is fueled by magic, and the whole house is fueled by subtle magics everywhere, and it's shell-shocking. But you are able to look past the luxury, and you're going to begin to notice things that are a little troubling. This place is undoubtedly very elvish. It would be very easy to say this is a place of Corlon. Like, Corlon might be very nice. You know you're in a ritual home, so that's good. But what you do notice, which is strange, is very subtly there are patterns in the rooms. In fact, over most of everything. Like in the baseboards, for example, or the decorated sort of painted filigree of the wall, or just like the subtle edge of a counter. You are going to notice that there is this one consistent decoration that conflicts with everything else. And that is a very subtle design of chainrings. And it seems to line, like, the corners of the room in design, where the floor meets the wall, where the edges of the furniture, wherever there seems to be a hard edge, there's this design, and it's subtle enough, and also design-wise, like, well-placed enough that it would very easily be missed. That's just like another design. There's like a part of the thing. But you know where you are. You know what you're doing. You know that that's not quite right.
Oi. Look at this. What's that look like to you?
Chains.
Hey. You still know the chains, they're just prettier. This is a prison.
What better prison than one that you'd want to stay in for the rest of your life?
They say comfort's the death of ambition.
I think he just ponders on that for a
Yeah,
little
that's
while.
damn. Some druids you got in your village. Wow, that's deep shit.
Why we don't sleep on beds? You don't.
I'll tell you what, no one in Navalier ever said that. Everyone happily ambitious. I will also give you one more detail, Hecator. You do seem to be able to somewhat influence. You're able to somewhat physically interact with the world around you. Like, you don't. If you're careful enough and focused enough, you can move some. You can like pick something up. But you think like wrecking a room, for example, would be very difficult to achieve. It would require some intense level of focus. But as long as you're like, this is a little like Ghost Patrick Swayze, where it's like you gotta focus or whatever the fucking thing is to like move things around.
I was imagining Interstellar, like the just
Oh yeah,
gentle,
the strings.
the strings.
Kind of a little bit. So you very much Hecator, like trying to grab something, you're like God, and then when your frustration gets high enough and you really focus on it, you like begin to feel your hand becoming physical around, and you're able to like pick it up for a couple seconds. So there's some minor ability to influence the world around you. It's a little like you're not supposed to be here, you know? Like things don't want you to fuck with anyone, but you can.
How'd you move that?
You have to quieten your mind and focus. Kind of just squint his eyes and try to grab a thing.
Recoils.
Maybe we can help her.
Yeah. But how?
You guys see the door open, and this young, half-elven, or he's elven, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Leah. This young elven man, probably around Leah's age. Picture posted, looks very much like a nice, youthful elf. Leah sort of throws herself into this guy's arms, and he's all too happy with the sort of stunned look of enthusiasm. And the two of them kind of go off happily to go have like a wonderful day in Avalon. And you can certainly follow her, see where they're going.
Is that her boyfriend?
I don't hug friends like that.
I've never hugged, so.
Hector will give Zimmer a big hug. Oh, buddy.
Oh my god, I think that's true too, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
He's never hugged.
That's so terrible.
Honestly, probably even as a fucking angel. Like, what angel hugs, dude?
Well, they probably hug it out, for sure. I think angels are capable of love and affection and all these things. I think when you get to be a certain age, like, I don't know, while love and affection and showing those things is very important, I think especially when you're an immortal angel alongside another immortal angel, like such things can be passed without such obvious gesture, you know? So maybe for a while, who knows? It's up to you.
So sex is just them standing next to each other, sharing thoughts and shit. Okay. Anyway,
back to it.
he accepts the hug. From
Did you cry a little bit?
I don't think he knows how to feel.
I want you to make me it's called a wisdom saving throw. Nah, it's charisma. Maybe a charisma saving throw. Maybe a charisma saving throw.
So I rolled a 2 on the die.
Zemariel breaks into tears. He absolutely just like completely has a breakdown in your arms of Hecator.
That's it.
Like, Zevriel, you don't know where it came from, you couldn't stop it, you just start losing it. You just I'll tell you what. I know it's a little fun here, but I'll tell you what, Leah, as you're leaving your house, you hear this kind of like old lady wailing. No, sorry. You do. As you're leaving your house with Leokin, you hear this kind of like ethereal, like just kind of wail at the edge of hearing back from like your house, and you kind of like that was weird. Like you could have swore it was almost like you heard a ghost. But
Ghosts can't be real because they're mystical. Anything divine doesn't exist. I'm an Evalerian.
You would be like, Leah, you'd be like, oh, well, the first knight of Avalier would handle something like that. But it's probably not, right? But still, it kind of is like, oh, that's weird. It'll be a part of your day. Leokin goes, you okay? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just heard a strange noise is all. It sounded like a wail beyond the grave.
Wow.
Gonna try something a little odd.
Okay.
One, I want to see if they're like in the process of leaving the house. If we can leave the house.
You can, yeah. You step out just fine.
I want to get just a couple of paces ahead of them and stand there so they have to pass through me. Because I want to see if they will pass through me or if they will kind of unintentionally walk around me. Like they can sense me but not sense me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, they walk right through you like you're a ghost. What's your passive perception, Leah?
My
16.
passive.
Leah.
Oh,
Yeah, Leah, again, you hear that, and you're like, oh, that's weird, and then you kind of get to the end of the thing, you turn to walk, and a couple moments later, you just get this chill. You just feel a little cold, like, very briefly, like you just walked through a cold patch.
That's it. That's the last straw, Leopian. I think I'm haunted.
He laughs, and he says, what do you mean? You have
Well,
a ghost infestation in your house?
Well, I suspect because I just heard a wail, and then did you feel that cold spot? It's got to be a ghost, right?
I didn't feel anything.
You didn't feel that just barely?
You're always cold, though. You're always taking my cloak.
Well, that may be
Well,
true.
we'll just have to get you some coffee. That'll warm you up.
Sure. But it could be a ghost.
It could be a ghost. Well, you'll never know, but I guess you soon will, because you're going to have to go to the Arcane University, right? And learn all about magic and ghosts and all those things you all
Don't
learn about.
remind me. My mother tells me often enough.
All right, sorry. And then you guys will turn into Avalier bucks and go stand in line. We'll get you she's Danish and a coffee. But yes, you clearly hear that Gambatar. You hear the reaction from Leah. Yeah.
okay. Do either of them order something with foamed milk?
Leah, do you order anything with foam milk? Do you think Liasatra likes? Keep in mind, you're an elf, right? You don't gotta watch your form. You're perpetually in great shape. That's just how it works. Wish I was like a Tolkien elf. But anyway, do you order anything like that?
Sure, yeah, why not? She's probably a frappe mocha chino kind of girl.
Sure, yeah, you see her get some crazy candy drink, and Gambatar, you're like, what the fuck is that? But you get an idea.
I'm gonna try based on what Hecator was able to do. I want to try to draw just 2 links in the foam.
Okay. Yeah, no, you could certainly interact to that degree, most certainly. Yeah, the barista, like, gnome girl is like, yeah, order, whatever, fucking, and you just kind of, you know, stick your finger in there. And then it gets served to, for Liasatra and, Ordican. Yokin's like, that's the best part of this place. He hands you your drink, and you're like, and you look at it, and yeah, you see this like chain link. Well, it's this like little design on the top, and to some degree it could be interpretive, but I think almost in like a phobia kind of way, where it's like there's no real reason for your fear, right? You just kind of see it, and you see this like link, and it reminds you very specifically of a chain, and you have this like terror feeling jolt through you as you see it out of nowhere, and to no conscious reason.
So like touch her pearls with one hand.
For real, actual pearls.
Yeah, and she'll hold the drink out to Leokian and say, "Look, it's proof. Like something's haunting me. It's chains. They're I don't know. I just have a bad feeling about all of this. It's not a coincidence anymore."
Wow, no, I think you might be right. There's something. There's probably something going on. You know what? Let me see this for a second. And he'll look at it and goes, "Yeah, no, I think you're. Yep, I think that's a haunting for sure. But he just kind of shrugs, and he like takes some of the foam and like puts it in your face, like puts it on your nose. And you're like, what the fuck? And he just kind of laughs and helps you clean it, and just like fully tries to distract you from it. He goes, I don't know, I heard that was a thing you do, and you might be haunted, and I'm completely lying to you. I just thought it'd be funny. And he goes, so you know what you should do? You should write about it. Maybe you should write about it. Maybe this could be like another one of your plays. Maybe you could sing this one.
Maybe. It could be a good outlet, but I want to bring this to resolution first.
Okay. Tell you what, let's go to the theater, and we'll get get some instruments, and yeah, let's give it a shot, see what happens. Sure. He'll take you. But again, man, Leo, what a visceral reaction you had to seeing it. It wasn't even like a funny, like, oh, that's weird. Like a fear for your life kind of terror. And you guys all hear this, and they begin to walk. And my God, guys, like, especially for like, I mean, Zebrael, you have like these vague memories of like an endless, like, ephemeral vineyard of like golden grapes and apple trees. Again, the fruit is pure gold, and a massive spiring palace suited for a god that is made of both marble and like, you have these like these aren't even real, but you, like, conceptually, like, you've been to heaven, you've experienced heaven, and you know it. So while this is all very interesting, it's like, oh wow, what mortals can create. For Hecator and Gambatar, who come from a place of like, Gambatar from a a colder, rougher climate where even luxury is it's still a little rough, it's still a little bit of a rough life. And Hecator, you come from the wilds, basically. This is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, this is as close as we're ever going to get in high fantasy to literally being like a medieval peasant and being dropped into the middle of Los Angeles or Toronto or Chicago or something like that, right? huge, like 3-story buildings. The streets are like white, perfectly sheened. Everything is so clean, so unimaginably clean. Smells are good. You're way up in the sky above the clouds, but it's warm somehow, and you see like magical illusory advertisements going over across certain buildings. You see this one figure appear with like a golden mask and eccentricity, and he delivers the news in like a entertaining broadcast floating above the sky, and people walk by as if this is completely normal. It is utterly culture shocking to probably the two of you guys. And eventually, Liasatra brings you to the theater. Leah, we never got there in Avalier, so I'd like you to tell me now, the theater which you have spent so much of your time at, and where, frankly, you got a little famous for quite a few decades there. Tell me about your theater, the theater where you have performed at most. What does it look like?
Oh, interesting.
If you want, of course.
Yeah, sure. I think it's got cathedral vibes for sure. And it's very dramatic. I think on the inside, like in the theater hall, the ceiling is like in gilded golds and like greens and very like, I don't know, and then like accented in like bold reds too, with like the curtains. And I don't know, I could probably try to find a picture better than I could describe one.
It's all good. I appreciate the description. Yeah, you guys are brought to this like almost Victorian, beautiful theater, and they go inside, and whatever security guy is there, front desk guy is there, is like, oh hey, Lilkin, yeah, whatever. And you guys enter into this beautiful theater with a massive jeweled chandelier that just floats, not hanging by any chain, but floating in the middle of the air. The ceiling is painted with angels and demons and in scenes of high theatrical drama. And then beautiful velvet curtains dangle down over where a long, beautiful stage is with an orchestra, where an orchestra may sit before. It's a beautiful theater. And yeah, Leah, you head in. You probably wait for a hot minute, and Leokin comes out with what would be your signature instrument?
Oh, sure. I would say that's give it a flat. Well, probably the dulcimer. Yeah, is what she would be known for. Yeah.
All right. Brings you out this beautiful dulcimer, which, admittedly, your parents got for you, because they believe in you and whatever. Apparently not all that much, but whatever. But bring you out this beautiful dulcimer, gilded. There's probably a number of minor enchantments. It's probably a common magic item where it's got like, like a projection sort of enchantment on it, and it's constantly tuned. It sort of tightens itself whenever somebody like picks it up. It tightens the strings to the proper tuning. Beautiful, beautiful instrument. What does Leokin play? Probably something complementary to what you're playing. What do you think?
Let's say probably like a violin, I think.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he brings out like a very finely pointed violin, not like a fiddle, but a violin. Brings it out, and he says, and you kind of sit down at the dulcimer, and what do you sing about? Or tell me about the process. What do you sit down in front of your instrument? Do you just let your fingers flow across it and see what comes out? Do you think on something and try and turn it into music? What's Leah's artistic process?
Yeah, I think she'll very much live in the moment of what is like on her mind, and that would be this like nightmare that she had, and that's almost kind of like haunting her throughout the day. And so she'll try to recall like music and like notes and tones and melodies that like reflect that emotion. and start trying to like project her feelings through the music.
Okay. I want you to roll me a performance check.
Okay. 26.
26. Excellent. Now, I'm going to use a cello, because I like the cello, and it's also a string instrument, and it's not a dulcimer, but I could access that a little quicker.
Is the cello the big one? Or the small one?
Yeah.
It's the medium-sized one. The big one is the bass. Is the bass. The cello is the next size down. The next size down from that is the viola, and the next size down from that's the violin.
Where does the Stradivarius fit into this?
Stradivarius is a type
of violin.
Is a manufacturer. He made violins, he made cellos, he made violas.
So you're telling me Fallout lied to me?
We're gonna bring it back in, guys. Musical instruments are very cool. Oh, perfect. Actually, really nice. You just like think about this dream. Think about this haunting. And your hands just begin to sort of sail across your instrument. And this complex, sort of haunting, dramatic, like long noted music begins to just sort of come out of it. And Leokin doesn't even play. He kind of is like, the moment it starts, he's like, you're playing something you've never played before. And Leah, you've had a very good life. You've had a very interesting life. Your woes have been very, first world. But this music that tells of like pain and despair starts pouring out of you. Memory starts flowing into you as you play. Maybe even you close your eyes for a minute as you play, just kind of like let it come out of you as you're going at it. And you begin to remember. Or you don't know if it's remembering or creating, but your heart tells of immense loss, of the loss of like paradise lost, basically, and then begins to tell of like death and suffering, and cold, the bitter, inescapable cold, and the world turning upside down, and immense moving sacrifice, and all culminating to just like the essence of good versus true dark, depraved evil. And somewhere in there, in all of this darkness that you bring forth, you find a deep pit of blackness. And when you open your eyes, you're going to notice what the three of you have been noticing, my invisible friends. As Leah played, and you guys certainly were probably stopped in the moment to hear the song, where, keep in mind, you guys have been through this siege, and suddenly you hear Leah producing this, she's been trying to play this uprising music, like this, like, we can do it kind of music this whole time, right? And for the first time, you hear music that really epitomizes like the despair and the darkness you have faced all this time. and it's utterly moving. And all the while she's playing, Leokin vanishes. Smoke begins to rise. Demons crawl from the dark towards the stage. You're screaming outside, but little light came in from the windows has gone dark, like night came. You see the colors of red and yellow in firelight as if the city's burning. Is there anything you want to add to that?
Do I see all that happening around me as I'm playing?
You tell me, do you think Leah is someone who gets lost in her music?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I'll say that, yeah, you're in the playing of this music, you're discovering something within yourself, and you are unaware of the world around you other than the music pouring out of you.
Then I don't think I'd have anything to add other than the music you're playing.
Okay. What about you three? Is there anything that you would do, anything you would add, anything you'd say?
Do we all see the change?
You are the only ones who see the change. Leah is, you look to her and see someone possessed by the music, by the spirit of what she's pouring out from her instrument. Utterly possessed by her own music, the way a true artist does. You all see this. You're the only ones who do.
I think Zevriel would very quietly just say, "Poor Leah," and just kind of listen.
I do have a question for you, Leah, and this will influence what's going on here. Is Leah engrossed in like the despair of everything? Like what is the thing, if you had to put one word to inform this music coming up, despite whatever I've said, is there a focal focus on pain, despair? Is it hopeful? Is it, give me a word. What is the thesis of your song? Keep in mind, this doesn't have anything to do with Leah's actual memory. This is the truth pouring out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is Leah's thesis as this music pours out?
I think it's grief, like through grief.
Grief. I'll give it to you, Hecator, because you saw them. The little chain designs persist even here. They persisted everywhere. They're even on the sidewalks. Imperceivably small, and so well fitted into everything that's hard to find. As Leah plays this song of despair, dripping with despair, the room almost gets a little darker, as if influenced by her bardic magic. And the little chain designs almost seem to begin to like flow, begin to almost like move along the way, like some great mechanisms at work pulling the chains along, as if the world is rather reacting to her music. That sort of the world is being shaped by the way she plays a little bit. And as she sings of despair and plays of despair, so too does the scene move into what you know in Leah's experience is the first true great event of despair in Leah's story, which is coming of the end of Valor.
I think Hecator is fully moved in this moment, and I don't know if he's heard music like this before, and this sad. And I think he's the full waterworks, and maybe kind of through it notices this and wipes his eyes and ponders the chains and looks around at these demons.
Kind of, yeah. Like, as if they've come creeping in to hear the music. They don't.
Can you
they don't
tell
look
that that's?
ready to... Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say they don't look as though. I mean, I'm just gonna give you the insight here. Your monk and everything. They don't look as though they're coming to like slay Leah. Perhaps they're coming to hear the music. To do what demons do and feed on the despair. They kind of creeped in the darkness at the edge of the light and kind of hunched or perched on the many rows of chairs, just kind of listening and licking their lips as if this music is a great delight to them.
Bro, Gabatar. You see them? They're not doing anything. They're just listening.
Well, I would like to think that music like this carries a meaning across the plains, but I think she's already taken. So they will not interfere.
Well, if they're feeding on the grief and pain, what do you think a happy song would do?
I don't know.
Ask you another question, Leah. We're going to say that you're coming to the crescendo of your song. Which is more powerful to Leah? Is it the prison of her grief, or is it the freedom she finds in the expression of song? Which is more potent to her, considering everything that has happened? What does she tend to focus more on? No wrong answer.
Like in dreamlike state, or do you mean like normally?
The music that's coming out of you, I'm going to say, is like, it's almost coming from your subconscious, where all of that is still very much real, where your experience is very much real. Consciously, you can't remember all that, but your music is the truth of everything. So, yeah, in Leah's heart of hearts, maybe not even her heart of hearts, but what does she focus on more? Like, even if we're not in the dream, does she focus on more like the bindings of Torog, or the freedom of music? Or it seems to be more on her mind these days. What's more emotionally potent for her these days?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I think what's most potent and on her mind lately is being like tortured and tormented by Torog, but I think it's worth mentioning that like the reason why she's still like here and fighting and hasn't given up is because of her music and like her hope that she has for her friends and the people that are surviving. I think like she very much still has hope and faith in music. And I meant, yeah, I think it's important to mention because like it might be like not all is lost is what I'm saying.
Understood. Then yes, I will say at the crescendo of her song, where you're desperately like you're hoping for like a happy resolution in the song, you know, like the where it crescendos into like a release, if you will. While it does tell of hope in its own way, it doesn't meet the crescendo that your heart, your soul is all hoping for, but does sort of like doesn't quite crest the wave. It kind of plays with your expectations and really brings home the idea of somebody who feels lost, somebody who feels bound, and who hopes for release, but is utterly trapped. The demons drink it up, and as the song comes to an end, sort of retract back into the dark. And as the song comes to an end, the chain designs stop moving, the light becomes as they are, and Leah, you hear scream as the song ends and you stop playing. You have that moment of like, where you're like, where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
And as if reality were answering your question, you hear the sounds of screaming outside the theater. And you see the burning colors in the windows. And you know something is very wrong and out there.
Is Leokian still around, or?
Oh, Leokin's gone.
I'll run towards the screams. Yeah.
Okay. You run to the words, the screams, you run outside and you hear the like alarms, alerts, magical alarms going off throughout the city. You hear people screaming in other neighborhoods, raining. You actually hear what sounds like a fireball going off or something like that. And you kind of wince as you see like 3 blocks that way, one of the towers gets hit by something and the whole tower collapses, and to your shock and terror, Avalier is burning. Fires off in the distance, pillars of smoke. You need to get to safety. What do you do?
How far am I from home?
You're quite far, but you're not too far from where your mother works. You are not too far from the arch steps where the Septarian meets. So you can get to your mother easy enough, but getting home is beyond that. You have to go by that regardless.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to go find my mom then.
You go running off. You're starting to catch up with yourself, especially from the music. You're like, where the hell did that come from? To yourself, like you're like, wow. And then you're seeing all this despair as if the world were answering you, and you don't know why this feels so familiar. But you run there, and you run to the center of town. You see a number of refugees are present, and you see your mother there with a number of other wizards. And the scene is going to play out as it has once before, where you're going to speak, Leah, and be somewhat in control, but you are going to speak in a way where like it's so familiar, like as if you're you're reading a script, like it's you, but you're like I've said that. It's weird. It's very, very weird. And the 3 of you will see the scene play out where Leah is joined up with these refugees. She begs for her mother to come with her and save her. Her mother says she has to stay behind and make sure everyone gets to safety. You see them look at each other in the eyes. Leah crying. Leah handed off to Mira, actually. You're like, oh, it's fucking Mira. And her mother says, like, take care of my daughter. And you see what passes between Leah and the mother is a mother's kindness of lying to her and saying that I'll be right behind you. But both people know that she's not leaving out with it. And Leah, you go through these motions again like a scripted play, like you've been rehearsing this, like this has happened before, and in all of your and then the feeling of despair is so familiar too, like this is all you can't help but feel like you're living in a memory. And then you're shepherded off, and you guys see Darius the Illuminated bring forth a blade of pure antimatter, to slice down a corrupted machine that nearly kills Leah and Mira. And he tells both of them to get to the teleportation circle in the middle of the square, and the two of them move with great haste to get there. You also see Hecator flying by you as a kid. In fact, two of them, identical. One flies into Mira and one flies into Leah. And as this happens, Leah, and seconds before you step through the circle, you see Gambatar, Zavriel, and Hecator. Just for a moment, these strange, familiar faces before you're cast off the circle. So you're pushed through by Mira. Now, I skipped over a lot of that, and that's a very important part of your story. And while you play things out, and though you feel of your own free will, when you're done speaking, you feel like you've said these things before. I want to ask you, is there anything that Leah, anything you want to do, say, express based on these moments passing you by that you run through as if it were some play you were rehearsing for?
I guess she's probably trying to like fight against it a bit because she knows her mom isn't going to make it and she wants to try to save her. But it's like a futile fight because I mean this has already happened. So I think she is just kind of fighting against it, but can't. I don't know. It's a strange sensation.
You are suddenly, after your toes would have frostbit by now if it weren't for some of the healing remedies the druids had. The tips of your ears are frostbitten. You are almost deathly cold, but now have bear fur wrapped around you like you're some kind of barbarian of the wild. But you're in this cave that you know is taken in the slaying of this bear, and you're surrounded by refugees, some from Avalier, some from Kath Moira, and they're fighting, they're yelling at each other, they're angry at each other. Avalier's fallen. That doesn't surprise you as much as it should. And then you see Hecator. And Hecator, you're the only one here. Gambatar's gone, Zavriel's gone. And you remember this because you were literally here for this memory. And Leah looks at you, and she sees you. And you are who you always have been, Hecator. And Leah, you know this, you know Hecator. What happens?
I'll approach. Yeah, I'll approach Hecator. Have we met before? I mean, I know we've met before. I just can't place it.
Hey? Did you eat something strange?
What was that? Sorry.
Did you eat something strange?
Oh. Well, I wish I was eating much of anything right now. I'm a little.
Wait. We've done this. We've done this before.
I've never been to a tundra before.
You have?
Well, I do have this strange deja vu feeling, admittedly.
Hey? Let me see that. And he'll get close and try to look at the bear fur and look really closely at it. See if you can see those patterns still.
And the bear fur. I'm going to say no to the bear fur. But if you're looking around, you will find what you're looking for. More on the cave walls. More, maybe a little design here and there in the snow that gets blown over by some wind very quickly. The fur doesn't seem to be... It doesn't seem to have any sort of pattern, but the walls of the cave do. Here and there. So...
Do you see that? Look close.
Do I see the chains?
Yeah. This strange little... Almost like a caveman made them so small long ago, and in amidst the ice and snow and crags and erosion, you do see little, like, almost like chiseled into the stone chains.
Have I noticed them before, or? Yeah, I guess I do see them. Mm-hmm.
You're trapped. Somehow.
I mean, yeah, I guess we were trapped in this cave a little bit, but we can find our way out, I think.
No, do you remember Avalier? Remember the song you were just playing?
Yes, I recall. Mm-hmm.
I was there too. But I wasn't before.
With all due respect, I think I'd remember someone that looks like you.
See the bird?
Yeah.
I told you. This has happened before, and I wasn't there.
If I'm trapped like you say, I mean, how do I get out?
Last time, everything responded to your music. You played something full of sorrow, and the world reacted. But this is before you got an instrument. All you had was my horn for my pack.
I remember what happened with that.
Not your best work.
No, unfortunately not. But I can make music with my voice.
Oh, aye, you could sing. And Hecator will look down at the dwarves who are alive.
Alive. And ferociously yelling at the Avalier people down by the fire. You see Ox and Mira and everybody's sort of trying to referee the pure rage and anger everyone is feeling towards each other.
Hecator will yell out, "Oi! Everyone shut up! Liasatra's gonna sing. You need it."
Yeah, they maybe an intimidation or persuasion check.
He'll even try to get big if he can. He's got the giant size.
Sure, yeah. I'll say take advantage if you're making a physical threat of it. Sure.
Nice. Intimidation 10.
A 10. They kind of, "Oh, do you think you're going? You don't that? Yeah, who are you? It's me." And then immediately the anger gets roiled around in your direction and everything. And while Hecator doesn't successfully cease, you, Leah, have spent many decades learning how to turn a crowd. If you wanted to start singing, you could probably try and quiet them with your song.
Yeah, I would like to stand on something first.
Yeah, you guys, I have you up here on this position up here, so we'll say that you're already elevated and you kind of step up to the highest point.
All right, yeah, and she'll start singing. I think she kind of understood what Hecator was saying, is that sad music was bringing a darker effect, so perhaps happy music will bring about a lighter effect, and maybe that'll break the chains. So she'll I think maybe try, I don't know what kind of tune is like super uplifting.
Hecator will just start doing like an Irish jig clap.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Maybe she'll start with like a bit of a what are they called? Like the Irish like folk songs, I guess. I don't know. And
Okay.
maybe even have start with like if people are start listening, maybe turn it into like a chant or like a callback kind of song and get the crowd involved and yeah, try to bring a little merriment to the cave.
Make me a performance check.
Okay. Oh, that's an yeah, nat 20 for 33.
So this makes things very interesting. Leah, as all performers learn to do, they learn to wear masks, right? You're in such a strong experience right now, Leah, but the world is so much simpler when you become someone else. And in this moment, you become the sing-song, sort of like Irish jig, whatever, and you kind of start to sing, I'll say it's Sylvan, which has almost like an Irish timbre to it. And is a beautiful language, even if people don't understand it. And it has always unfailingly been your winter song to like sort of bring people up, and there's a quiet, as there should be. You kind of start a cappella and kind of, sing the first part of the song, and then kind of begin to rise up the song and sort of invite people in, and you hit every note, you do it perfectly. You almost perform better when something bad's going on because it's easier to separate. It's like, okay, all the bad's over there, I'm going to pretend to be this happy person. And you put on your mask and you start singing, and it always gets everyone on board without fail every time, especially now. Even you, Hecator, are tempted to get into it. Every person in the cave glares evilly at you. And your song kind of start to die a little bit around the part where you always have them hooked, even if they're a tough audience. And they're staring at you like hateful. And the oldest Stone Axe brother says, "You're breaking the rules."
I'm gonna keep playing.
Kind of keep playing. You are going to see the wounded ranger who had helped you guys before, who was like basically missing a leg, his leg's mangled. He says, "You're breaking the rules. Lies only make us stronger."
Oh.
Master Apprentice Joran Varys, who was the leader of the Avalier people, sort of, but fell to a devilish bargain later on in the journey. He looks to you and says, "Why are you playing a happy song? You're not happy. Why are you trying to be something not you, nor us, nor even Hecatorians? You are lying, and so we will get stronger." And you begin to see all their eyes begin to glow and near red towards you. And these people start to kind of not literally physically alter, but begin to hunch in a sort of violent, kind of feral kind of way. And what do you do? What do either of you do?
I'm gonna keep playing.
You keep playing.
Or singing.
They all start to go down to all fours, and kind of begin to move forward like animals. You actually begin to see that the openings in the cave, including the ceiling, begins to sort of move under the influence of your bardic magic. The stones are beginning to close up and blot out the full moon. The cave is growing darker, and the only light that is in as the fires are dying and the cave grows colder is the glowing eyes becoming the main source of light in here as the world is closing in around you like a great mouth swallowing you as you lie about what's in your heart. And all the people continue to move forward, looking more and more almost like a demon as they roll their shoulders like some great feral feline beast as you continue to play a happy song.
Look at that. With that, Hecator will probably run up. Leah, wait.
They say I'm working, but I'm not. It's... I can find joy and hold grief in my heart at the same time. It's not a lie to be happy when these awful things are also happening.
Okay. But in this moment,
cave continues to close around you guys, filing in. The refugees continue to approach on all fours with slathering teeth.
in this moment, you weren't happy. Not here. Not a traveler.
It is true.
The cave shuts. The wind, even the slathering sound of the refugees goes silent. The red eyes go out, and the two of you don't even feel the wind of the cold any longer. It's chilled, but you don't even feel the snow under your feet. It's stone. And you two just stand in the pitch black. Do you have dark vision, Hecator?
No, I do not.
You can't see anything. You're in pitch. It's all you can do is put your hand out and put your hand on Leah's arm, which might be a little startling for you, Leah, but you know it's Hecator. And your eyes begin to adjust because you're an elf and you do have dark vision. Begin to adjust. You're not in the cave anymore. You're somewhere deep under the earth. Do you guys light?
I think Hecator will just ask. Do you see anything I can't see?
Yeah, what do I notice? What do I see?
Make a perception check at disadvantage if you're just relying on your dark vision.
I've got a tinderbox, but do I have my stuff with me?
You check your person. You have some stuff with you. You have everything you would have had on you around the time that you got down the mountain. So I would say you probably have tinderbox, maybe a torch. I don't know if you would. Do you have magic that creates light?
I've got prestidigitation.
So not really. I'll say you got a torch, sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll light the torch then.
Shocking. You see a dead dwarven king, skeletal in form, dead upon his throne, with a symbol in blood painted above the throne. In his hall, his honor guards and servants and serfs lay scattered and dead around his throne, all prostrate towards him, but skeleton, died long ago. You hear the chittering of insectoid-like legs moving around in dark around you. You hear the rattling of chains. You feel that terror strike you again, Leah. You two see this.
Hecator will look around in the light and add to it with produce flame, and he'll just hold the little light there. Do you know what happened here? Do you remember?
Make an insight check for me.
$23.
Yeah. This is where it started. This is where the chains came from. This was the point of contact. This is where the pact was conceptualized. The idea of it. If the pact were the disease, this is where you extracted it. This is where you bound, this is where it all began, your binding to Torog, the crawling king, god of torture and jailers. You became what the king was meant to be, the servant of Torog. This is where he saw you. And this is where he planted his dream in you.
Yeah, I remember this place, and this is where it all began. This is where he first, I guess, like, impressed upon me. I think later that night when we slept is when we had the dream.
Hey.
Yeah. So maybe the answer's here on how to break out. I don't know.
Maybe. Hector will get close to the walls and ground and hold the flame close and see if he sees the chains again.
Yeah, you don't see the small design of chains. You actually see, as you put your fire around the room, you see maybe a dozen solid black iron chains snaking out from beneath the throne and out into the black and into the darkness. And you kind of see that they're along the walls. And you, Hector, understand the truth that when you were in this room, you're kind of seeing what you couldn't have possibly seen while you were there. You're seeing how the chains of Torog had this place wrapped up. This was his prison. This still is his domain on Earth, on Exandria. And as you reel your flames around, you look over to Leah, you see silent chains in the dark like snakes wrapping themselves around her ankle from her own shadow, as if they slithered up her shadow and wrapped around her ankles.
Oh fuck. Sing. Sing what's in your heart.
Yeah? Do you?
Yeah, I think she'll sing a song of hope. I think that's what she has left, is like hope and like faith in her friendship and in her faith in Corlon. So she'll sing maybe like a hymn of Corlon or something like that.
Okay. You sing a hymn to Corlon of hope. Is this hope? This hope must be mingled with despair, for there can't be hope without despair, right?
Yeah, she's seen the darkness of despair and grief, and that's where her hope comes from, is that there's going to be a deliverance from those emotions.
Okay, make me a performance check.
A 17.
You're used to rolling like 20s and 20s and 30s in your performance check. 17 is still great, and absolutely still considered a pass. You begin to sing a song of hope. It's a song that acknowledges despair, but also looks to the future with hope. And it's such a beautiful song. And Hector, as she begins to sing, she only gets maybe like 6 seconds of song in, but immediately it tells of like sadness, but like a longing for a better day. Sung in Elvish, of course, so maybe you don't understand it if you don't understand language. And almost as if it were like a desperate uh-oh, the chains yank Leah. And that's my reason why maybe it's a 17 and not like a 27, because it's Leah. The chains yank you, and Leah gets dragged into the black, leaving a torch behind. She falls forward and it's like thrown into the dark, Hector, and you're left behind. As you're being dragged away from Hector, Leah, and the torchlight falls to the ground, you see Hector growing small very quickly as you're dragged deep into the depths of this dwarven lost place, and you see those insectoid creatures coming upon Hector, and the light goes out.
Oh no.
Darkness is all around you. You're getting dragged along. You feel a great gust of wind billowing over you as you're being yanked around, chained by the foot. I want you to make me an athletics or acrobatics check to try and get out, try and break free of the chains. They're not so tightly around you that you can't get away.
Acrobatics for 17 again.
17, you kick and yell, and eventually you wrench your feet free. But the gust of wind still takes you, and you kind of roll across the ground a couple of times until you turn over and your head hits the ground, and you feel a little dazed for a second, but suddenly there's a tremendous amount of light that blinds you, and you're just able to open your eyes enough to see a pillar of light blasting down across the Althansian landscape. You're not there anymore. Hecator's gone. You don't even see the refugees. You know the refugees should be here in this memory. They're not. But you see this pillar of light blasting into this Althansian settlement. And the wind stops as the light dies. And you witness a holy event, the likes of which few people in history will ever witness. What do you do?
That's Zevriel, right?
Make an insight check.
Oh, okay. Dirty 20.
The word Zevrael comes out of your lips like a prayer you didn't mean to make. And you know that the great angel has arrived, yes.
Yeah, she'll run towards him then.
You run towards over to just be near somebody who can help you with whatever the hell is going on. And Zevrael, you wake up and you're like, you wake up not like you did when you first arrived in this crater. You're as conscious and as coherent as you ever were, with more memory for sure. Fully nude, butt naked, absolutely. Zevrael, you easily just kind of pull yourself to your feet. The last thing you remember was Leah going through the teleportation circle, and you're like up here there in the cold, naked, and with really great hairline.
Not again.
And you stand up and you kind of look up to the lip and see maybe Leah like skidding down the steep edge of the crater to get to you. Just Leah, not the whole party.
What? Like he'll, kind of look around, like as Leah is running towards him.
Yeah, Leah, you get there. You find Zevrael.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Zevriel, help me, please. I'm trapped here, and I guess you're trapped here now too. And Hecator was there, but now he's gone, and I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. We'll find a way. We always do.
Yes. Well, anytime I have any kind of hope or try to present a happy face to fight against this, that it fights back, and um, I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, I would, if these good memories and hope, happiness seem to cut through the darkness, the chains that bind you, focus on them. Let them guide you.
They seem to be making things worse. I'm not sure it's helping.
This is uncharted territory for sure. But
tell you what, Zariel, if you like, you make an insight check if you want to try and resolve some kind of possible advice for Leah.
That'd be great.
Or at least some hint, maybe.
I have no idea what's going on.
yeah, Leah, you're lost in outer space, that's for sure.
I will use my inspiration.
All right. It's hard to focus when there's such a heavy breeze.
I got a 10 and an 11.
10, 11. You probably know demons better than anyone else in your party because you have been opposing them for so long. The demons didn't approach Leah in the theater. You have never known demons to not approach people, whether delighted or not. You have seen men throw their children from cliffs just to try and pay some blood tributes to stop a demon from ripping his throat out. And while the demon would delight in that, he would wait till the act was done so that he could enjoy the kill of the father as well after and see the despair in his eyes of what he has done. And that it didn't mean anything. They didn't attack Lita when she was done her song. Why would they devour her despair, but then not enjoy the carnage of slaughtering her afterward? Maybe it's possible that only half the story was conceived there. Maybe Leah playing this song of despair didn't draw in the demons per se, but maybe held them back because it was so true and honest and beautiful.
Leah, we were with you in that memory of Avalier. I don't know if you remember that or what, but you played the truest but saddest song I have ever heard. But I don't think you finished. I think, based on how the demons reacted, I think the truth in your words was holding them back, and, well, finishing your story. What happened to you? Feelings you felt. think that is as powerful as any demon. Try. Also, do you have like a spare robe or something? Like, it is cold.
Yeah, what do I have again? Do I have anything extra?
Yeah, sure. No, you don't. Let's say no.
I can't believe this happened twice.
Um, those are very powerful words, Leah. And you remember something. I mean, your mother and father were pretty devoted to Corlan, and it was always your get out of jail free card. But remember your mother saying something to you, and you broke up with your like high school boyfriend or something. She said something about how you shouldn't run away from pain. And pain can be beautiful if you treat it well. And then you're at the gate. You're not in the crater anymore. And Zevrael's words, being wrapped up in them in your thoughts of family and home, you're at the Dawnfather's gate. And the High Palatine has finished his speech. Saying he will stay, the Order will stay, and they will hold the wall, for it is their duty, so that you may all make it to Vasselheim alive and safe. And all the men are so brave and resolute and ready to meet death head on. There's never been braver men who lived more than these. And you look over and see another one of the fallen, one of the lost. You see Mirza of the Solar Gate, Raison. You have flashes of your night with him, and despite all of his strength, you see the chinks in the armor, how closeness would threaten to tumble him down if he was not careful. And he dies for you. Just like your mother, just like your father. And then you're on the road to Vasselheim. Many fires around, many dozens of refugees, and leading everybody to Vasselheim is Genbatar. The reliable, well-versed in the lands of Northansland and beyond, the stalwart warrior who kept this refugee band moving towards Vasselheim. Genbatar, you were there. And the last thing you remember is Leah being pushed through the circle. And you're here when you led all of these people to safety. And you see Leah kind of off towards the party camp, maybe kind of sitting contemplatively on her bedroll next to the fire. And you two meet eyes, and you two both know that you both understand this is a dream, or a memory. A memory. Is anything shared? Is anything passed?
I don't know all that you are seeing and experiencing. Your voice is your own. Your will, and only yours, commands it. that has, I'm presuming, always been your power, based on what I saw you play. That's your key. I am certain of it.
Yeah. I think you're right. That's where I find the truest version of myself is through my music, and I think I have to be honest about who I am and what I'm feeling, and maybe that's the way out of here. I think I'm starting to understand. I wouldn't have been able to make it this far without you, Gambatar. I remember being out here in the wilds with you and you getting us safely back to Vasselheim. Important work that you do, and you've saved a lot of people, including myself, and I'm grateful to count you as a friend.
And so have you. You have inspired hope in people who have every reason to be hopeless. You've inspired courage in people who have been trodden upon. You have counseled and enhanced calm in a terrifying situation. And again, all through your voice.
Thank you for believing in me. I think I'm ready to try again. Stand back, maybe? It didn't go well for Ekator last time.
At which point, Gambatar will step directly beside you.
Oh, I love that.
That's good shit. That's good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and she'll start to sing again, maybe a little uncertain at first, trying to find like her footing and trying to like sit with her emotions for a moment, and then she'll start to pick it up and it's a song of many facets, and I think maybe it's a little perplexing for some to hear because it is despairing and sad and sounds almost like the throes of a grieving woman, and it's hollowing to hear, but then it changes, and there's song of like this journey that she's been on, and she's found hope through friendship and her faith, and she continues to.
Excellent. The last thing I want to do is cut you off, but a great performer needs a great stage. When you stand up as Gambatar stands beside you, you're not there anymore, nor is he. But nonetheless, of course, his confidence and presence goes with you. And you are in the only place you could have ever inevitably ended up, is Vasselheim. The city is empty. The city is in ruin. The gates are broken. This is Vasselheim if it fails. It is empty though. There are no demons, there are no monsters or evil here. There's no people here either. But the walls, some of them are broken, the gates are knocked down, and the city lays before you. and those chains are around your ankles. And those chains go all the way down the street and around the corner. And to move your foot, you gotta drag your foot, but you can walk. But you gotta drag yourself, all of those chains with you as you go. Where do you think you go, Leah, to perform your song?
In Vasselheim?
Yeah.
I'll go to Coralon's temple.
Of course. You drag these chains. And with every dragging of chains, you've got this time to think, which is never a great thing. The chains kind of talk about, the chains are there because of all that you're carrying with you. Every link is someone who has died for you. Every soldier that has held a wall to ensure your safety and every safety inside of Vasselheim, Raison, your mother, the defenders of Avalere, everyone who died in Avalere, all the refugees who died on the trail that you couldn't save. Cath Moira, everyone who died at Cath Moira. The countless people who have died also you could survive. You get to the door of the Temple of Coral. It is as quiet as you've ever heard it. And you have two choices. You look through the door, and through all of the destruction, you see sitting on the where the high priest would speak to the masses, which is very much in its own way like a religious stage. On the top of the stage, much like back in Avalon, there is a seat, and there is a beautiful dulcimer, the same dulcimer from Avalon. And the stained glass window behind it is beautiful, but horribly tragic. It shows your three companions, Hecatar, Zevrael, Gambatar, standing bravely. You see them as paragons before the city of Vasselheim, as it is besieged by demons, and it is a tale of heroism and courage, but untold despair and death. But behind you, the rest of Vasselheim is gone, and the chains lead to a door across the street. And that door is your home in Avalon. And standing just beyond the door, you're going to see your mother, your father, and your lover. They stand happily on that last day before Avalere fell. A beautiful memory you could be lost in forever if you wished. But a cage, nonetheless. So it's the final time to make a decision here. Do you want the gilded cage, or freedom and all of the despair and happiness that comes with it? Love and despair, or a happy prison?
She'll see the stained glass of her friends and darn. I don't know. There'll definitely be a moment of hesitation if she so desperately wants to go back to the life that she had, but she knows that's not an option anymore. That's not a reality. It's not real, and so she would rather have the freedom and the truth and her friends. She's found happiness on this other side, so she'll turn away from her family and her lover and go painstakingly drag her feet towards the stained glass.
Chains feel heavier, but you drag them all the while. There are people in the temple, sitting in rows of the ruined temple. We're going to see Yosvarda. We're going to see Elodie Cathmoira, Pervan Sul, Omadua, and then, of course, right at the front row seats, we're going to see Zavrael, Gambatar, and Hector lined up to see this performance. You drag yourself up to the dulcimer, and though the chains are taut, you manage to get there and sit down and bring the dulcimer before you. And now we're going to have a skill challenge. And we're going to sing us a song. Not literally, don't worry. Now, you had many things you wanted to add to this music. You were explaining the song you wanted to sing, and there were many implements to it, and that's excellent. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the song, and I want you to tell me about each segment. So as you sit down at the dulcimer, Leah, and we begin the song, how does the song begin? This doesn't need to be a literal interpretation of how the song begins. It can be like, it begins sad, or it begins, however, this is a very artistic experience. So you tell me, and all of us, how does the song begin? There's going to be 3 to 6 checks depending on how well you roll. So tell us about the beginning of the song. How does it start?
Yeah, so I think, well, I already described it. At the beginning, it is sad and full of despair, and she's expressing her grief of loss, and yeah, it's maybe reminiscent of the song that she was playing in the depression or in Avalier. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start, maybe as you started before, you let the truth of your heart flow through the dulcimer as you begin. Okay, how to put this? If you had to pick anyone in your story, and I mean anyone, that could be Torog or Orlon or Asmodeus or any of the party members, or someone who's dead, doesn't matter. Who would you associate with the front of your song? If you had to pick someone.
Who would I associate with?
Yeah, the first part of your song.
Oh, it's not just one person. It would be several, I think.
Is there one that comes to the forefront, though?
Probably the loss of her mother. Yeah. But I mean, it's tough because she also lost her father in Leokian, and Torog's been like haunting her. So, I mean, it really is all of it, you know?
Yeah. So before we get Leah's role, I'm turning it to you, Hector. This part of the song you perhaps identify with more than the other party members. While everyone has lost people, you were a part of the Avalier experience, in that Cath Moira lost its people. As much as Leah lost Avalier, you lost Cath Moira, and I have to imagine the scale of loss that Leah's experienced is probably something that you're most associated with. So Hector, how would you help Leah in this story?
In
How
the
would
story?
you hope to... This is very abstract, but if you could have a hand in shaping this tale, the story of Liasatra, or helping her to create her own tale, what does that look like for Hekator? Is that fighting, fighting for her on the front line as you so often have done? Is that helping her see something? Is that, standing strong where she can't so she can sing her song? Very abstract. You tell me, what would Hekator wish to contribute? For Leah's song or for herself? However, very abstract a question, no wrong answer.
Yeah. I think all the fighting and stuff, that's the more obvious thing. I think what he thinks of and what he tries to contribute is that solidarity. It is remembering those nights in the tundra, grieving together. Remembering like the moments of shared grief and getting through that.
Okay. Helping her get through your mutual grief. I'm going to give you a choice of 2 skills which you can roll. You can I'm probably guess which one you're going to go for, but I'm going to let him be anyway. You can either roll a history check for your shared history together, or you can roll an athletics check to have stood strong against your mutual enemies.
Yeah, I'll go athletics.
Okay.
That sounds like the sound of it. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you're letting the music flow from you, Leah, memory flows through you. I don't know if anyone's ever had a similar experience, but like maybe at a funeral, where you see someone you really care about who has got to make a speech or something about someone they've lost. And this is someone you really care about, and it's all you wish you could do just to just stand up and go be with them. Or like, you've got to sit there and listen and let them have their moment, but it's all you want to do is to stand up and be with them. And like that, Hekator, you feel this feeling there, and no small amount of empathy for the song being played. And Leah, you see, like, through all of that grief, who's been there since Avalere fell. You see Hekator, like, fist fighting a bear in a cave so it didn't kill you. You see, like when you were thrown from your horses just yesterday, Hekator sort of standing against the tide while you played your songs to help him. And then you see something you both mutually experience is Hekator picking up one of these chains and with his great Goliath might pulling it apart, barehanded. Hekator will be granting you advantage. Your DC is 25.
What?
Roll me a performance check.
Damn.
Oh no, I got expertise and my DCs are higher? That's crazy.
I got just a 25.
Hey, a 25 exactly. Silently, but entirely perceivably, one of these chains wrapped around Leah's feet wrench apart by the will of Hekator and all he's done for Leah, and of course the beautiful music Leah makes. The first part of the song is a sweeping, beautiful song, just like in the theater, of despair and the acknowledgement of pain and loss. And one of those chains around your feet, Leah, snap and wrench apart and slithers out of the temple and away. Tell me about the middle of the song, Act 2. What happens in Act 2 of your song?
But I think that it like the at the end of Act One, I guess it starts to like build into this like song that is almost like overwhelming, and then it starts to fade and like trail off at the beginning of Act Two, and it slows down and starts to turn into almost a different song entirely, and um and it starts to like build back up again, but in a different way. There's like the song of despair is still woven in, but it's a new song entirely. Like the melody's still completely different, and it starts to build up with like with soul and strength um and hope. Yeah.
And how perfectly, following Leah's story, that it should be our paladin of glory and the fallen angel who is well called upon now to help Leah through the portion of her song that is a build towards a rising hope. And I think Zevrael, you fit rather well with this section of the song and its thesis. And so I'll ask the same thing of you, Zevrael. As the song begins to change and begin to build and swell towards, I think something you very much identify as like the unrelenting human spirit sort of thing, where despite all of that despair in the first act, that doesn't mean the song isn't going to rise to meet the challenge. So you tell us, Zevrael, how has Zevrael, or will Zevrael, or does Zevrael want to influence Leah's story, help out Leah, or be a part of Leah's story, or what does Zevrael want for Leah? Very abstract, no wrong word. Take it however you want. Can't hear you.
Zevrael wants Leah to understand who she is. To understand that she is a woman who has seen the worst the world has to offer, and the worst outside of the world. She has seen people die. She has seen people fall in battle. She has seen wondrous things. She has seen the fall of possibly the greatest city of all time. She has seen men lay down their lives to protect a wall. She has seen an angel fall. That was a bar. Y'all heard that shit? But after all, she stands tall. And then he'll do an aura of vitality.
You feel paladin aura of Zevrael as you give yourself into the truth of what Leah's always insisted she's had, which is hope. And Zevrael, you want to help Leah realize the truth of her own strength. And I think that's certainly like a charisma kind of thing. I am going to say... either roll me a persuasion or an insight check. insight to like see and understand her, that you might reflect it back to her, or perform or persuasion to convince her of what you know. Your choice.
What was the first one you said?
Insight or persuasion. Your choice.
I'm gonna go with persuasion.
Okay.
21.
Hey, Leah. You feel, whereas Hecator wrenched them apart by being a stalwart defender, you see Zevrael, as many in Vasselheim see him, like hope. He has always been a beacon of hope, and the Dawn Father is the light in the dark. And as you begin to come to this crescendo, it is almost like the rising sun, the dawn piercing through the black. And you see in your mind's eye, sort of, even when the dark came and the ash coated the sky, Zevrael never relented in his confidence that the light will come, and it inspires you to keep going. And with that, you will have advantage for your second act performance check. Same DC, 25. Go right ahead.
Oh boy.
Severing a pact from a god is not an easy thing to do. High DCs.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh boy. Oh, I rolled really well though. I got a 32.
32! That's pretty good.
You want good
Okay.
rolls?
We are in Act 3. This is the crescendo. You've been built, you've shown despair, you've shown the rising hope. The first time you did this in the theater, when you went to hit that high note, you defeated expectation of the listener and even of yourself, perhaps, and not letting it fully crescendo into like a victory. It was sort of the wave kind of came short and sort of really relayed the truth of despair. That is the rising hope that never quite reach. This is your third act of your great song. Tell us about your third act. Hope rises and...
I think hope gives way to like what her future could be and could still hold, and the possibilities and freedoms that she still has, and it's all worth fighting for. So it's funny that you use the word victory, but that's kind of what it like crescendos into, is this like it's like a triumphant song that kind of comes to pass. Yeah.
So victory is kind of the thesis here. And of course, we'll turn that over to Gambatar. Gambatar, I think, again, more than anyone here, victory is perhaps... It's certainly your realm. You have faced so much on this journey. And all the while, even perhaps to the misunderstanding of those around you, that you are this cold, stoic, unfeeling individual because of your dead, focused determination on victory. And in this moment, Leah begins to crescendo towards hope turning into victory. So you tell us, Gambatar. Maybe as a reflection of the greater world, or Leah herself, again, as abstract as we need to be, what do you bring forth? How do you intend to bring about victory for Leah, for Vasselheim, for everybody? What is the method to your victory?
The first step to survival is the will to make your own choices. The decision to stand starts with that will to survive. And
Okay.
that's the reflection of Leah, is she has been torn by this malignant binding. And despite all of that, she has demonstrated time and again a desire to be her own woman, to take control of a situation vastly out of control, whether it's on the grand stage or on her personal stage. She has repeatedly made the choice of, I don't want to deal with you. um, and that is that first step of survival, is deciding, I don't, the choice is mine, it's not yours.
Fair enough. And where is it ever more true that stubborn determination to keep going is found than in the wilds? So why don't we keep things simple, and I'll ask for a survival check. Survival is probably the most important stubbornness a person can have.
21.
Leah, it was Gambatar who got you all through the tundra into Vasselheim. Whether questioning friendship, questioning if he's been there for you or not, one thing is certain is that he has always been a steady arrow towards victory. And you rely on that now to reach the end of this song and to express the truth in your heart, which is that victory can be achieved. Despite everything, despite despair. So take advantage, roll a performance check.
Yeah.
This isn't the cello, but this is the quickest thing I could think of. That fits.
Oh, I got a 22.
22, your final act doesn't quite reach the way you want.
Can I use my heroic inspiration to reroll?
You may use your heroic inspiration, take one more roll at it.
Okay. Is it one more roll or
It's like a lucky dice, so one more roll.
Okay. Oh no. I got 22 again.
You hesitate. Victory is not assured. It is a hope. It is a wish. You falter. And you hope for victory, but I mean, you heard Darius speak, for example. Everyone's going to die here. Let's get out of here. But God, you hope that we win. That victory holds, that humanity proves everything the gods wish for them and all of that, but you hesitate. And you can't help but your head kind of goes up despite yourself and looks through the Temple of Corlon, through the broken door and down the street to the open door where your mother and father and lover watch. They're slowly fading away, slowly disappearing. And if you reach the end of this song, they'll be gone forever. And then you notice that there's only 2 people in the audience. And everyone else is frozen. It's Gambatar who watches. And also watching is maybe a foot taller than Gambatar, sitting cross-legged, watching with pure enrapture. Is actually rather difficult to look at. Because he's a concept. He's not real. But he's more real than anything you've ever known. His skin is of the night sky, of the blue and the stars that you always used to look up to and gather your inspiration from music. He is scarred beautifully on his face and neck and hands. Like on all the soldiers you saw when you were performing healings, the scars they've had and defense where they've stood up and the beauty in that stalwartness. You see eyes of liquid gold, like how you have seen many times in the filigree design in your home. Wild red ginger locks of hair that go all the way down past his shoulders, flowing like autumn leaves on the wind. And you hear him inside of your head where he's always been your whole life since you first picked up an instrument. He says, only you can decide your story. It can be one of heartbreak. It can be one where people have died for you. It can be one of guilt and pain. And it can still be beautiful. No one can tell you the truth of your story, but only you can decide. It's a story worth being heard. Do you think it's better that the story ends with you going to Paradise Lost? Or do you think the story is better if you fight for victory?
Fighting, yeah, she fights.
Then you may take one final shot as the Arcart grants you a grace in the art of your story. You may take Gambatar's advantage with you and make a last attempt to complete your song as it was meant to be.
Oh boy. Let's see. Oh no, it's a 21.
Don't say oh no.
3 25 DCs is really hard.
It is really.
I've been rolling really well all night, but not good enough.
I'm going to give you one more dice as an inspiration because this has been a very good role play session. So take one more roll.
Oh
See if you
man.
can reach it. If not,
I'm gonna be stuck with Torog forever. Oh no, I don't want to roll it.
Can I provide guidance?
I will allow guidance. Sure, I will allow guidance. Yeah. All right, take one more roll. You may take guidance on it.
Okay, we did it. We did it. We got it.
Woo! We made it!
Yeah. Plus the guy. I'll still take the guidance anyway. 30 on the last one. You just took 3 rolls.
Oh, I probably should have done enhance ability, huh?
You pause. Like your hesitation seems to like freeze the room. And that is the grace granted by the Arcart, that in this moment of hesitation he doesn't let you hit the wrong key. And Gambatar, you see that moment for Leah, and you give Leah that stubborn strength to keep on fighting that the Storm Lord has always been teaching you. And with that guidance, and with the grace of the Arcart, the song resumes as Leah comes back down on the instrument to hit the note hard and long and right. And the song comes to a magnificent, victorious crescendo that emulates the whole room in a cacophony of color, of blues and purples and orange, and the figure of Corlon seems to almost like explode with that note as you hit that note, and he almost splashes like paint along the walls, and you see the Temple of the Archart grow and build up around you. The stained glass windows sort of rebuild themselves, the roof opens and the door closes, and you know Torog has been left on the other side. The connection has been cut. And in this experience, you have certainly grown as a bard. You may relieve yourself of your warlock level and transfer it into a bard level.
Ooh, cool.
And
Goodbye,
with that,
Eldritch Blast.
goodbye, Eldritch Blast! Yeah, after all of this, in 2 levels, you're gonna be like, man, I've been thinking about Torog. I'm looking for that fly. With the crescendo of this music, all of you have changed. Leah, your story is only as real as your interpretation of it. You have faced despair and loss and paradise and all of these things, and it is through your song that you have decided for yourself the message of your story, which is despair leading to hope, which is inevitable to victory. Hecator, you have learned of what you fear of yourself and what you wish to become. The same goes for Gambatar, for Zevrael, as you fought your own demons at your own gates and also allowed yourself to bring forth that which you might wish to be one day. And think more importantly, maybe not more importantly, but I think equally as importantly, all of you have seen this in each other. While you fought, you saw Hecator's bony, spined, scared to let people close demons coming through, but also seen the strength of his. You've seen the many angels on Zebrael's shoulder, and you've seen Gambatar's sort of stoicism matched by his wish to almost father those underneath him, to help them build and grow and become better. And all of you have perhaps learned something not only of yourselves and who you want to be, but who your friends wish to be. And more than that, you leave no longer who you were before this journey, but by the power of Corlon, maybe have learned to interpret yourselves differently. And then the smoke fades. And you find yourselves all sitting in a room, looking at utterly shattered mirrors, sitting in the chairs in the circle. Gambatar, you're there as well. You're like, where the fuck am I? And Zevrael and Hecator and Leah are like, oh, what you got here? But what is also notable is all of the, you see the acolytes in the room as well as the Arc Soulweaver are sweating and exhausted. You also see that these slabs of marble and blank canvases around the room have been changed. Each slab of marble has seemingly been carved down what should have been the work of a master and the work of many weeks, has apparently been completed. And there is a marble statue of each of the 4 of you as your seer selves at your best selves at the end of the road. Gambatar, the father, as example. Zevrael, the glorious, and so forth for Leah and Hecator. And then you also see that there are paintings all over the room, where there are like 5 paintings all lined up, and you imagine it while you're in this vision. It's as if they like paintings were being scrolled along the canvas, and they were constantly having to swap them out. And on some of these canvases, you recognized some of your demons, like maybe Hecator, the one that just desperately, naively needed somebody to be close to. You see a painting of that creature in strange, abstract kind of ways, and only you kind of see it in the abstract of the art. And and then Hecator, or sorry, and then Zevrael, you see the one of you, the unworthy angels painted and abstract in a way that you can interpret. And the room is filled with completed, abstract, wild art. And then these beautiful sculptures and shattered mirrors and exhausted acolytes. And the ritual of parting clouds has been completed. As you sit there, all of yourselves a little exhausted, but whole, more whole than you had entered it. Why don't we go ahead and take our break? And then when we get back, we'll return to reality. As you come back to reality, a little bit more than what you entered with. The Arc Soul Weaver goes, "Oh, you're all alive. You all returned. Good, good. It worked there." Very good.
I think so. Was there a possibility we wouldn't come back alive?
Of course. Of course there was. There was great peril. If any of you wished to have stayed, if you had seen anything that you desired more than truth, then yes, you could have lost yourselves in crawling king's web of lies and prisons. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. But dramatic times call for dramatic measures. You're all back in one piece. This is good. This is very good. Well done.
You all look exhausted. How long's it been?
It's been about she kind of looks around, realizing she's not terribly sure. The other acolytes are like, "It's been a couple of hours. That much I can be sure of, more or less."
Right, and no major attacks?
No, nothing of extreme peril. Oh, I'm exhausted after that. But you all did very well. Liasatra, you're, how are you? Has it been a success?
Yes, it was a grand success. I feel so much better already. It's like a weight has been lifted and I can feel the freedom and once again it's incredible. Yes, thank you. And thank you and you and you. And she'll like go to everyone. She's just like absolutely elated to be free of Torog.
Absolutely. They all pay you a little bow of the head and reciprocation. The Arxel Weaver says, "Very good, very good. Well, this is very good. The people have had some hours. I don't mean to push you back into responsibility, but you may recall that before each of you descended into this ritual, the enemy made his offer of surrender to Vasselheim, to its citizens. It has been a couple of hours. I think for better or for worse. The time is coming quick where people will either gather to surrender or a choice will need to be made soon. I don't mean to put much burden on you, Leah, but there was a reason why you were given the opportunity and why we took such a risk in this ritual. You have the power of words that few in this city command, and all of you together are symbols of heroism and hope, your unity, your words. Well, maybe just maybe we might save the city from surrender. You all might save the city from surrender. So if you're not too busy, maybe go remind those people what they're fighting for, huh?
Absolutely. Anything I can do to help.
Liasatra, one last thing. You have passed through chain, prison, and torment, and it seems, well, Coralon showed you the way. You have full access to the musicians and choirs of the Arcart here in the temple, should you require them, for any great projects of music or spellcraft you might require as a bard.
It's an incredible gift. Yeah, there is something I've been working on, and I might just be able to put them to good use and help bolster the city.
Excellent. Most excellent. Well, she will nod and dismiss the various acolytes who, with some sigh of relief, have been quietly, respectfully standing, and now, go to their cloister to get some much needed rest after such a dangerous ritual. Yarkart says, "I'll be excited to hear your words, all of you." And it goes without saying, when all of this is over, I'm sure you might wish to keep some of the art that was produced in the ritual. I will keep it on hand. You're welcome to it, of course. It belongs to all of you. You painted them, after all. And with that, Yarkart, or sorry, not the Yarkart, the Arc Soul Weaver, just leaves, opens the door, and kind of like finds their way out. The route out of this chamber is easy enough to find your way back to the main hall. And you guys find the four of you sitting still in your chairs in this circle with the destroyed mirrors and the carved statues and the dozens of canvases of arts and all the candles and incense burned out. What you decide to do next is up to you.
Oh, Gambatar, Hecator, we did it. I mean, you guys did it. You helped me, and she'll like put both her arms around both of them and like force them into a group hug. I'm free. I'm finally free of him.
So happy
That's
for you.
fantastic news.
Yes, and I will be more wary in my dreams in the future. But now, in all seriousness, I'm grateful to be free, and I couldn't have done it without you two. And Zevriel, of course. He's just okay.
Zevriel's fully like across his chair.
What the fuck?
There he is. We thought you were away.
Yeah,
so
I heard everything.
No, Zevriel's. It goes without. I need to say it for it to work. Yeah. Leah already got her inspiration. You three take your inspirations. She got a little extra hand in the ritual there. So you three take your much deserved inspirations.
Well, that was quite an experience. Seeing my deepest fears and yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was something else, and I'm glad that's behind us. And honestly, I feel like if we can fend off a god, then we can totally fend off these demons out here, and we just have to rally the people. And I think you're right, Gambatar, that everyone needs to fight, because if they don't fight, they're gonna die. I think I understand that now in a morbid way, but also in a way that we can give them hope and faith and a chance.
I can recall it being said that Cowards die many deaths. Heroes die but once.
It's profound.
I think there is also a lesson in the journey that we just took that underwrites and parallels what we have been facing and what we are sure to face in the not too distant future. What we saw ourselves become our, and you'll look up at the statues, our better selves or our best selves was only possible by journeying through that cold and dark place and making choices and striving to be those better people. All of the people here in Vasselheim, whether they're refugees or soldiers, all want to be better. They all have fear, and that's fine because you can't be brave without fear. Because bravery, courage is a choice of how to react to that fear. That's the message that we need to take to the people. That's the message we need you, Leah, to take to the people.
I can do that. I think I can anyway.
I think you can.
I know you can.
Yeah, I'll get right on it. What time of day is it? It's like super late, right?
Shit, you don't know. You guys want to go outside and find out what time of day it is?
Yeah,
Sure.
we should find out how much time passed.
Yeah. I believe the message from Big Red, Mr. Big A, I think he said like when the first moon rises. In retrospect, I don't like that. It's not as dramatic as say like the sun rises. We'll say it's sunrise. They gotta cast down their arms. So you guys go outside and it is nighttime. It's dark out. You're not sure what time of night it is. If you ask somebody, they'd probably say there's like it's hard to tell with like the ash clouds over the sky, but I think it'd be about like 2 or 3 hours before daylight. Before what this person says the surrender. And they kind of correct themselves and they're like, oh no, I mean before the the time limit force run is what I meant. Force. So the streets are dark with night.
Well, should we get a few hours of rest and then Try to rally the people in the morning.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You'll have a point of exhaustion. After that ritual and how late it is and all you've been through the day before, yeah, you're exhausted. You're exhausted.
No, I think it's a sleepless night for us. Gotta convince as many people as we can before sunrise, right?
Yeah. Because whatever words you're going to use are going to need to be repeated to every quarter. So yeah.
As a note, the instructions of Asmodeus were that the front gate should, like, whoever means to surrender should come through the front gate, which is just one gate. So if you want to, I mean, you're absolutely right. It might be good that everybody hears it, but if you want to catch the people who intend to surrender, you can always go to that one gate.
Absolutely. That's where we need to be at dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the time before that, we gotta pick the largest pools of people.
Mm-hmm. As you can imagine, the city is pretty spread out, especially because you guys decided to defend the middle districts as well as just the inner district. So all of the civilians are mostly within the inner district, the innermost district. So they're being kept as far away from the outer walls as possible. But they still flow with the middle district. Like if combat should ensue, then they're all going to report to the innermost district. So it's a broad amount of turf. I'm not going to lie, it's a broad amount of turf. Yeah, I think the Wild Mother district only really has soldiery, like militia, in there. It's the middle and inner district that are full of people.
Start at the inside and work our way out so we get to the front gate by dawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that works for me.
I think that's probably our best bet.
I agree.
Got it. I'll tell you guys what. It's also nighttime. People are sleeping too, right? So it's a little bit of a trick. So here's what we'll say. Honestly, probably the best way to cover ground is using the heralds. Like, frankly, you guys could like write a script for the heralds and then have the heralds deliver it to the masses. I mean, like, you know, in medieval times, the heralds are just the asshole who stands on a box and says misinformation. But in reality, the heralds are people specifically chosen for their skill in oration and performance, right? So not a bad resource. If you guys wanted to like write something and then send the heralds out to spread the word as far as you possibly can, that is absolutely an option. But what I will say is that when it comes down to it, I think it'll be easier to say like, yeah, you guys do a little work in the middle district, you kind of reach as many people as possible. And then when sunlight comes, that's when people are going to start waking up and start heading towards the main gate, whether it be to see who is going to surrender or to actually surrender. Either way, we'll say that you guys lay some groundwork, and then we will time skip a little bit, and then we'll pick up when the four of you are standing at the main gate awaiting for whoever intends to surrender and whoever intends to watch the surrendered leave and know who's going. I will ask this then, before that moment comes and we have some rousing speech Is there anything specific you guys wanted to do? Specific individuals you wanted to speak to? Anything you wanted to get out of the way in those 2 hours before we come to this pivotal moment? Okay. Doesn't know. Alrighty then. You guys come to the main gate. People gather around at the main gate. The sun is not quite up yet, but soon to be. It is a smattering of people who look at each other with like judgment of like, is that guy intending to surrender? Or people kind of trying to hide, like, I hope nobody sees me in this crowd. And there's a mixture of different types of people here. Some people who've just come out like to see you guys. They're like, oh yeah, the Dawn Marshals are like at the main gate. Like, are they gonna kill people for trying to retreat? Like, let's go see what happens, right? But not everyone, but a massive majority of individuals shows up. Like, maybe thousands of people are kind of like filling up the main walkway all the way to the back, all the way to the gate that leads to the innermost district, the first gate, as it's called. And all these people look up to you guys as you're standing on the tower above the gate. Some certainly preparing to surrender, some just wanting to see it's impossible to tell which is which and what the numbers are. But there you stand, prepared. What happens?
I don't have a speech prepared, but I just ran something through ChatGPT. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't even read it yet. So I'm just like super underprepared is all.
That's okay.
Yeah, but if I don't have to roleplay it, or I could try to off cuff something. I don't know. I did not.
I'll tell you, if you wanna, maybe you could back somebody else up. If somebody else has something prepared, you can provide like your spells or help action. If you want to if you want, everyone can say their own. Maybe we do it that way. Maybe everyone says their own piece, and you can have a chance to maybe get. Doesn't have to be a 3-minute speech. It can be simple. Would that be better if you have a moment to prepare?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, cool. Does that work for everybody? Maybe each of you has something to say to the people?
Yeah.
Make this a group moment? Yeah. Okay, cool. So as these people all gather, who begins the oration? Who begins to speak to the people? I can roll a dice. All right, we roll a dice. Gambatar. Oh, I don't know who does. Maybe, maybe the wind kind of comes in, and like it doesn't push you or anything. It's not that strong, but it's a little like gust through your hair, and it's almost that moment of like, all right, God, I get it, you know.
Okay.
And you feel it's you step forth.
I'll take a second and kind of run his eyes across the gathered folks. Look out past these great gates. Look at the horizon. They want us to believe the storm approaching isn't ending. They want us to look at their numbers, hear the pounding of their drums, and hollow ourselves out with terror. I know you feel it. I feel it too. Let no man or woman here lie to themselves or their comrades. Fear is in this courtyard. It is in this city. It is amongst us all. It is the cold weight in your stomach. It's the tremor in your hand as you grip your spear, your sword. If you did not feel it, you wouldn't be mortal. You wouldn't be alive. To look at the ruin that they promise and feel nothing isn't bravery, it's blindness. Hear me now. Fear is not the enemy. The fear is simply the raw fuel. Without fear, there can be no courage. Courage is not the magical absence of dread. Courage is the choice you make when you look fear dead in the eye and say, "You do not own me." Courage is the fire that takes that cold terror in your gut and ignites it into a burning will to stand. If you are afraid, good. That means you have something that you love enough to lose. It means you value the lives of the people standing to your left, to your right. It means you know exactly what's at stake. Our home, our families, our freedom. They think our fear will crack these gates from the inside. They think that we will crumble before their rams even touch the wood. But they do not know what we're made of. Today, we take our fear and forge it into steel, and we will stand our ground. Let them come. Let them strike. And let them find that the bravest souls are those who knew exactly how dark the night was and fought through it anyway. Vasselheim.
Oh yeah, roll me a persuasion check. Or performance, your choice. Your choice.
We'll go persuasion. And I'm gonna guidance myself.
Very fair. Very fair.
Die 4. And 4. With guidance, that's a 21.
21. You say Vasselheim, and the first people to call out as you hear the ring of swords leaving their scabbards. You hear, especially amongst the Althansians, and especially amongst the Tempest Vanguard, Vasselheim, Batir Gambator, Storm Rider, we fight with you! You rally. You begin to shift things. Absolutely, you begin to turn things for some people. Confidence in warriors' might inspires courage, but all is not done yet. They need more. More inspiration. Well done, Gambatar, starting us off strong. All right, I'm gonna roll dice. Let's see who's next. If no one else wants to volunteer. Ooh, Liasatra.
I will give you what I was able to prompt.
Yeah, sure.
That's not super genuine, but I mean, it's fine. It's as good as I got. Gamma Dice is really good. So, so they're like trying to leave, right? And we're standing in front of the gates.
It's a mixed bag. Surely some people have shown up to see what will happen, but there are surely people here who have shown up to leave.
Yeah, I'll try to stand tall on something. Leah loves that. She likes trying to stand tall on something before she does anything. And this is no
sure. Absolutely, yeah.
So she says, my friends, look around you. I see fear in your eyes, and I will not shame you for it. Fear is not weakness. Fear is the price we pay for loving something worth protecting. The demons know this. They have not just come to test our swords, they have come to test our hearts. They whisper that resistance is futile. They promise mercy if we kneel. They tell us that surrender will spare our children, our homes, our lives. But tell me, when has the devil ever kept his word? The father of lies says only one bargain. Today you surrender your freedom, and tomorrow you surrender your soul. Do not mistake temptation for salvation. If these walls fall, it's not buildings we lose. It is us. It is us, the people of Vasselheim, that will fall. They cannot measure the strength of people with something worth fighting for. A mother defending her child is stronger than any demon. A father defending his home is fiercer than any hellspawn. A friend refusing to abandon another carries more power than all the fires of the abyss. That is why they seek to break your spirit before they break these gates, because they know that as long as hope lives, they cannot win. So I ask you, when your children ask what happened here, what answer shall history give? That we opened the gates because the darkness looked too terrible? Or that when the armies of hell came to claim our home, they found ordinary people who stood together and became legends? Let them remember this day. Let them tell stories of farmers who fought beside knights, of merchants who stood beside blacksmiths, of old men whose hands still found the strength to lift a spear, of young women who refused to let evil decide their future. Let every demon that survives carry back one message to its infernal master. We are not prey. We may bleed, we may fall. Some of us may not live to see tomorrow's sunrise. But if today is our final day, then let it be a day that hell itself remembers with terror. Stand beside your family, stand beside your friends, stand beside strangers who, before this day is over, will become your brothers and sisters. Lock your shields, raise your blades, lift your voices so loudly that even the heavens cannot ignore us. For we do not fight because victory is guaranteed. We fight because this land is ours. These people are ours. This hope is ours. And no demon, no devil, no power born of darkness will ever take them from us while a single one of us still draws breath. Now stand with me. Let courage be louder than fear. Let hope burn brighter than hellfire, and let the enemy learn this day and forevermore that humanity does not kneel.
Performance check.
And at the end of that, while she's getting to that spot, I'm going to tap these other two guys and urge them to stand up on the plinth next to her when she gets to the stand with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Stand up. Come on, we're standing with her.
Come on.
Excellent. God.
Hit your marks, damn it.
Performance.
24 on performance.
Very nice. Yeah, you definitely hear some people. You see some nods of the head, some people sort of resolving. I think your speech definitely spoke to the common man more than the soldiery, which is not a bad thing at all. It's probably the common man who would be most afraid. Like, you see people in the crowd, like, maybe there's a you pick out, you're like, yeah, they're getting that. Like, you see this one woman holding, like, two young children in her arms, and she's like, yeah, I'm out of here. But she kind of nods her head. You see a bitter old man who, like, didn't want to be here, and I don't want to be here in the first place. He kind of feels the strength of youth return to him, the courage of youth return to him, perhaps, and yeah, you rouse some of the common folk to kind of reconsider, to turn back from surrender, which is great. Well done. All right. Hector, you're up, my friend.
All right. Hecator, if you look at Hecator, he is sweating. He looks so nervous about this. He looks so much more uncomfortable than anything he's ever fought. He'll speak up and try to boom his voice out. People of Vasselheim, I'm no great speaker, no great strategist. I'm a fighter, defender, protector. I speak to you today of my home that I've lost, my home that I've seen fall to what the Lord of Lies calls his mercy. He promises a life, safety. But all I ask you is to look up to the ash and soot that blot out the sky. That's my home. And it's gone. I'll never see it again. But in this place, amongst all of you, I found a new one. And I only ask that you help me defend it. Something worth defending. It's yours. And mine too. So please, just stand with me. Don't listen to his lies. Look to your heart. Look to your fellow man. Like they said before, find your courage, fight for your own. We can win this. If we stand together.
Hell yeah. Roll me a performance check.
We're probably gonna need that heroic inspiration already. Oh, actually not bad. And I'll guidance myself as well as my great bird sits on my shoulder and casts it through me.
Absolutely.
Okay. 21.
21.
Performance or persuasion, same number.
Yeah, people rouse to this. We've heard from a great orator, we have heard from, a great leader of warriors, and now we hear from, a humble defender, as any one of you soldiers are, and yours certainly appeals to the defender. And the warriors here respond to that, especially those militiamen who must fight. Bastion defenders, they remember their place, they remember their strength. And I will say this, I required 3 successes to generally hold back your forces from being lost. However, if Zevrael succeeds, there will be a sort of special, perhaps, extra victory. But as you step down, largely everyone here is an all-in-one and sort of like a and you guys have between the 3 of you have certainly turned the crowd from despair and uncertainty and judgment. But it's not complete. Zevrael, are you there? No, Zevrael. Oh, Angel. Zevrael. Brandon. Oh, man. I imagine him asleep at his desk. He said he was tired.
He's passed out at his desk.
The poor, and so the angel has fallen again. If we hear from Zevrael, we will turn it back around and see about this potential 4th thing that happens. But for now, we'll leave it there. That's 3 for 3 successes. Generally, the crowds roar. Generally, the warriors are ready for battle. And if we're being quite honest, keeping the warriors on your side is the goal. If the innocent and those incapable or unwilling to fight wish to leave, frankly, that's sad, but there's no skin off your back tactically. Losing warriors is much more of a setback, and largely, it is worth knowing. Warriors that didn't even show up are the Radiant Lions, and you only see maybe a small trickle of dragon shields. Whether to see what is happening here or not, that it's up for grabs. But you don't see a single Radiant Lion present. for this. You see Bastion defenders, but you most certainly see militiamen. Absolutely. And with that, there's a "For Vasselheim! For Vasselheim! We will hold!" And people calling out all different war cries of potential victory. I will admit the Tempest Vanguard did show up, but I think Gambatar, you knowing them pretty well, they're pulling a kind of a Tyler Durden, where they're here to see they're kind of standing to the side, kind of seeing like, all right, who's the cowardly fuckers who are scared of death, who here intends to actually like submit. You don't expect any of them are actually have any intentions of surrendering, but by and large, victorious. Again, I want to hear from Zevrael before I like give you a full proper narration. That is to say, the soldiery will not surrender. Not in any numbers worth worrying about. With that, the siege continues. The sun shines largely. Again, I can't give you the full result until I hear from the fourth party member there. But the sun comes up and Vasselheim will hold. It will stand against the tide. At which point, apparently true to his word, no attack comes, at least not yet. He said that in this time of contemplation, those who would surrender would not be harmed. And you can, and tired though you are, you guys can very much be like, okay, we've logged our 24-hour shifts. Let us know if anything happens, and you guys can return back to your place of rest. It is worth noting, as you stand on this wall, you kind of look back and over, and you see, maybe with some relief, your original abode that you were given, the sort of warehouse. It is in the district captured by the devils, but it largely seems to remain intact. And maybe there's some hope in that, of reclaiming this place you were given. But regardless, you guys kind of ride down the street with, yeah, the Dawn Marshals, people thinking you guys are cat's ass. And as you ride into the middle district and back to your abode, this sort of like mostly cleared out, high-end, like honorable guest stay house, which is yours to do with what you will, for the time being, you may get some rest. You may get some much-needed long rest. Again, is there anything anyone wants to do before, or even after the long rest that will be successful, will not be interrupted?
I think Hecator might try to find some booze if possible.
Oh, good luck. All right, let's see what we got. How do you go about it? Are you trying to like smooth talk, some people into procuring you something? Are you actively searching out and scavenging through empty buildings? Like, what's the method?
I think he's probably going out into the street and asking some people.
Are we gonna booze? Okay, great. Why don't you make me either an insight or persuasion check, your choice.
Not bad. Insights, that's 19.
Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, you're like, okay, my uncle told me about the cities. You gotta look for sketchy people. And you go and you find like some people you perceive to be kind of sketchy looking. You're like, hey, do you have any booze? And he looks at you and goes, no, Don Marshall, of course not. Why would we? Never. And then eventually you get to talking to them and conveying. He goes, all right. Okay, there's no like, as far as I haven't heard, I've heard the last bottle got sold, but there are some folks who have been trying to make some homebrew kind of thing happen. As long as you don't tell the Watcher anything, maybe we can hook you up.
Oh, of course not. I just want to share a drink with my friends.
Okay, fair. What do you got to trade?
I've got some coin. If that has any value anymore.
Do you have any like weapons, food, armor, anything? You know, practical
Eh,
survival.
still do have some rations listed.
Yeah, you can get out some road rations if you would like, which are, yeah, hand them like a pouch of like trail mix basically,
Yeah.
raisins and nuts and whatever. They take it happily. And they go, all right, yeah, come with us, come with us. Yeah, rations more valuable than gold. That's where you are. Um, they take you through the city. They take you to one of the like an alley um, on the outer edge of the. It's super sketchy. He's like, okay, wait here, wait here. He leaves. 5 minutes passes. 10 minutes passes. 15 minutes pass. Like, did I get stood up? And then in 17 minutes, he returns with a wine bottle that is like corked. Like someone tried to shove the cork in there. It's not fully corked, of course, but enough that you can pry free, but enough that it is corked. And he hands it to you. He's like, you got between us. And he leaves, this guy, whoever he is. Let's say it's just some human, some like a nondescript human guy. He's like, don't tell him. And you uncork it and smell it, and you're like, huh! And it's definitely some kind of like basement liquor fucking moonshine situation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So he'll take that and go back to the kind of cleared out house where we're staying and rummage around in their cabinets and try to find any cups. Don't have to match, just whatever.
Yep, you absolutely do. Definitely don't match, but a variety of very glass, delicate, valuable cups and some like wood carved cracked cups and yeah.
Yep, perfect. So pull out four drinks, and go find his friends.
Absolutely. When are you doing this? Before you guys go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, we will say fittingly, you go and knock on some doors. Zevrael's down for the count. He's on the bed, like one leg fully off the bed. He's only unarmored from like the waist up. And he's just like across the bed. The sword's laying on the floor. He's done so.
Oh, big
But
day. He'll put his drink on the nightstand.
nice. But Leah and Zevrael presumably haven't quite made it to bed yet, and you can catch them with them.
Bambatar, Leah, got us some drinks.
Yeah. Do I even want to know where you found this? No, I don't.
All right. There's some shady guy in an alley, but I know it smells kind of boozy.
If I go blind tomorrow, that'll be fine.
Hey, not every day you shake a betrayer.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Take a swig.
Abiel takes some down.
How's it taste?
It's bad. It's really bad.
Oh no.
It's fantastic.
It burns. Yeah, it burns in every stage. You physically feel it go from your lips to across your tongue to the back of your throat, down your throat, in your stomach, to a wave of heat flooding across your body in every stage.
Poison.
Your nose, your nostril here is kind of singe as you sip it. It's brutal. It's moonshine. It's super high proof, gross alcohol. Maybe some of you were like, "What's the difference between vodka, right? Like, there's a nicer bottle, whatever." You find out just now there is a difference in liquor, actually. So.
As someone who's had Everclear, I can absolutely testify to that.
Well, I won't go telling people your fears. You have my word.
I have no doubts. Where's Sevriel anyway?
Oh, he's passed out in his bed.
I ought to go find some charcoal. He'd look good with a mustache and a beard.
Oh. Hey. Think he would.
You wanna go for it?
Absolutely.
All right, but I do not think charcoal's hard to find at all. Go find any fucking fire brazier anywhere and pull out some charcoal. Yeah, you head back. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a pretty damn low DC considering the player is zoinked. So I'm gonna say the PC is probably more zoinked. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Hecator will cast guidance.
And die
Through Kirei, who's flying a little drunkenly.
for 23.
It is the easy. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Gambatar growing up with the expectation of joining the Keshig one day, maybe this was like how you started out. They're like, okay, you gotta learn sleight of hand. How do you learn sleight of hand? Go draw on the whichever of you kids can draw on each other's faces are gonna get extra apple juice tomorrow morning. And so maybe you're kind of used to this, Gambatar. Maybe this is like an expertise for you. You go over, you like pick up his arm and it falls down. You're like, yeah, he's. you just do whatever you want. You let us know. Well, what happens? What do you do?
Have you seen Duck the Weeper? Guy on
Did you say
YouTube.
duck?
Jack.
No,
the
I
Whipper.
am not. Chuck the Weeper.
At any rate, he's got a gratuitously penciled mustache that curls,
Yeah.
and he's getting a goatee to go with it.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah, big V goatee.
Oh man.
Nice.
Diabolical. Akator, do you guys make any additions?
Ooh. Yeah, I think he's gonna give him matching markings like Hecator has, like Goliath kind of markings
Oh, that's cool. Let's
across
go.
his arm and chest.
Yeah, make me a sleight of hand check.
And I will guidance you.
That's 19 plus 5, 24.
Easily done. Yeah, you guys are barely trying to like be gentle. Like he's so out. You guys are like, you're like picking up his face and like, yeah, okay, yeah, there you kind of, and yeah, you guys. He doesn't even stir. He's zoinked. You guys, yeah, you easily perform the deeds that need to be done. Well done.
That's good work.
Yeah, I'll see this. Oh, incredible. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Excellent. Okay. That, you guys get a little nightcap, something to put you down, get some sleep. 8 hours passes. You've done good work. It is day 18 as you awaken in the afternoon. You get this feeling that this is probably going to be your last restful sleep before the fate of Vasselheim is decided. The the devil himself has made his offer, his final offer of surrender. And with the knowledge that the elves of Evadale are but a mere 2 days away, they're going to throw everything they got at you guys. Unless there's any little RP things you guys wanted to do before we got to the big bad siege, then I think we're going to call a slightly early session.
I think that sounds absolutely reasonable.
All right, fair enough. When we come back next week, you will face the end of the siege of Vasselheim, and amidst all of this, a new hero will arise. But yeah, we will call the session there, and this next session, maybe the session after, will probably be it'll be the Duel of Fates.
Ooh.
You know what I mean. This will be where the siege is decided, I think. We're getting there. Day 18, 19, and 20. 3 days, I guess. Okay, guys.
Hell yeah.
Have a great night. Catch up next week.
Take care.
Sounds good. Have a good
Take
one.
care, guys.